In this lesson, I'll help you create your first Python program. Let's create something fun but simple. By the end of this lesson, you'll be able to prompt the user for input, store the input in a variable, and print a personalized greeting on the screen. In PyCharm, right-click on the project name in the left panel here and select New, and then Python file. Let's name this file hello.py. By convention, any program you write in Python must have a file name that ends in .py to indicate to the computer that it is a program written in Python. Press enter and you have a new Python file open. Now, your first line of code will ask the user to input their name. Type input, open and close parentheses. In PyCharm, all you have to do is to open the parentheses and it will be closed for you automatically. This is called the input function. In Python, it is used to request input from the user. Inside the parentheses, write an instruction of what you want the user to input. However, take note that the instruction needs to be wrapped in single or double quotes. For example, let's write this instruction. What is your name? Notice how I added a question mark and provided an extra space after the instruction. Since this instruction is a question, it is appropriate to add a question mark. Also, since the user will be providing feedback, an extra space is necessary to ensure that whatever the user types into the program is separated from the question. Let's run this code and see it in action. So right-click, run hello. In the console, you can see how the question mark and the extra space add to the presentation of the program. If you type your name, you can see that it is nicely separated from the instruction. Let's remove them and run the program again and see what happens. So I remove and run hello, stop and run. And now when you type your name, you can see how it is joined to the instruction. This is very unprofessional. As an aspiring software engineer, you have to understand that without proper presentation skills or UI, your program will not be used by millions around the world. Without the question mark and the extra space, the presentation looks unprofessional like this. So let's go back and add them again. Question mark and space. Excellent. Next, before we can do anything meaningful with the information the user enters, we need to be able to store it. So we are going to store the user input with what is known as a variable. In Python, a variable is a container that can store information in memory when the program is running. To create a variable for the user input, all we'll do is to type name equals. That's all. Now guess what a variable is in this code. You guessed right, the variable is name. By using the equal sign, all the input we receive from the user will be stored in this name variable. So far, this is what we've achieved in this lesson. We have learned how to request user input, how to create a variable, and how to format an instruction properly. Next, we are going to do something fancy with the name variable, which will be receiving the user's information. On the next line, type print, open parenthesis, hello space, out of the quote, plus name. This new line of code uses the print function. Notice it's also a function because it also has the parentheses. The print function is very popular in Python. It allows you to show a message on the screen, and the message you wish to show must be within the parentheses. In this example, we have a literal text hello with an extra space, all wrapped in double quotes. This will literally print hello on the screen with an extra space. Remember the importance of the extra space. Then we have the plus operator, which is used to join additional information to the text in the double quote. Do you remember what this name stands for? You guessed right. This is the variable that will contain the name entered by the user. At this point, you can guess what the final output will be when we run this program now. Let's go ahead and run it. So right click, run hello, stop and run. Over here, I enter my name, D, enter, and voila, hello D. If I want to make a modification, I can put a comma here and run again. What is your name? D, enter, hello D. That's beautiful. This is the power of variables and the power of Python programming. Let me tell you more. There are several ways to use a print function. Sometimes we use comments to separate the information. So instead of the plus operator over here, we could have used a comma. Other times we use a plus operator and other symbols. To conclude our first Python program, let's add some creativity to the code. Let's write a new line of code like this. Print name plus open double quote space says comma hello world. Excellent. Now guess what the final output will be when we run this. Let's run our program. Run hello. Type your name here. You can type your full name. Press enter. And now we see hello D and D says hello world. Isn't this beautiful? And congratulations, you just wrote your first Python program. As you progress in your journey of learning Python, you have the ability to create applications with a graphical user interface or GUI. However, at this point, it is important to focus on learning how to write code in CLI or command line interface, which is also known as console applications. This is considered the best approach to start learning a new programming language. If you encountered any errors, feel free to use the comment box below and tell me what errors you encountered. I'll be glad to assist you. Keep practicing and learning, and you'll be well on your way to becoming a skilled Python programmer.